Bryan Cranston, welcome to 7:30.
Thank you.
In this movie, you voice Chief, the leader of a pack of exiled dogs living on a Japanese garbage dump island. How do you bring a character like that to life? Do you have to be a bit of an alpha dog, bark at people a bit when you come in? How do you make it happen?
To want to do this film, my agent just uttered 3 words. Wes Anderson wants, and I said, yes.
Before you heard what he
whatever he wants, because of his history with the auteur that he is, and how much care and consideration he takes in crafting his storytelling.
The Japanese archipelago, 20 years in the future. Canine saturation has reached epidemic proportions. An outbreak of dog flu rips through the city of Megasaki. Mayor Kobayashi issues emergency orders, calling for a hasty quarantine. Trash Island becomes an exile colony. The Isle of Dogs.
You play a stray dog. Does it have any sort of particular resonance for you? Or
Very much so, yeah. I consider myself a bit of a stray dog, a bit feral.
Okay.
I was raised, I kind of had freedoms, unwanted freedoms when I was a teenager. No parental guidance, really. And so I got into a little bit of trouble here and just trying to figure things out at an age that I was too young to be put in that position. But that was my situation. So when they say you're the leader of this dog, you're the alpha dog, you're the leader of the pack, rather, I thought, okay, I know that.
Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex. You're King. You're Duke. You're Boss. I'm Chief. We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs.
The bad guy in this film is a semi-authoritarian mayor who poisons rivals, controls the media, whips up mass hysteria to rig elections. We've just been in Russia for Vladimir Putin's landslide re-election, and there do seem to be a few similarities. Does this film have a particular political message? Was it inspired by a particular place?
I don't think it was inspired by any one particular place. But as far as the dictatorial nature of the antagonist, no, I think it's whatever country that you're from, whatever you're feeling or experiencing in your society, you can glean what messages might be appropriate.
I want to ask you briefly about politics, because there are political messages in this film. You and several other high-profile Americans said you'd leave the country if Donald Trump became president before the election. Have you sorted out a new visa, a new passport, anything like that?
I don't even know when I said. I think I was on a book tour, and someone told me that I said that. I don't know if it was said in jest or whatever, but yeah, we're going through the country. Our country is going through a lot of turmoil right now. We were in and continue to be in somewhat of a downward spiral, and it's not just this president, but it's also the problems we have in our society about school shootings and things like that, and the gun culture, and it's deeply troubling.
Americans and Australians agree on a lot of issues, but gun control is one where Australians just do not understand really at all, I'd say, on the whole. Are things ever going to actually change in America? Because we've seen so many shootings over the years, and each one seems to have a similar kind of reaction to it. There's outrage and then kind of dismal acceptance of what's going to happen next.
I think what you see is a result of the corruption of government, where money corrupts, and it's unfortunate. Whereas in Australia, they have this ban of
high-powered
weapons and things, and it's just not a gun culture. And I say, let's be sensible about it. Look around. What societies are working, and follow that pattern. But I'm not the president.
Sure.
So
you've been pretty vocal about the president's failures. I think you said he had a mental illness last year.
I do believe that.
Okay. What role do you think actors or celebrities in American society, what role do you think they should play in holding politicians to account and in the broader political debate?
I don't think there's any obligation or responsibility of any performer to hold any role. It's up to the individual. personally, I choose not to go through life without an opinion. I want to be able to say, this is how I feel, this is how I think.
Do you think you make a difference?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there is a scope of influence that celebrities have.
Another issue you've been asked a bit about recently is the Me Too movement. Is that having a real impact in Hollywood? Do you think it's actually changing
I
things?
think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Every time there is another abuser that is brought to light, it feels to me as if another pillar that's holding up misogyny is falling by the wayside. With enough of those being brought down, I think the whole idea of this masculine power society we have will collapse.
Is it challenging to see that people who you'd worked with and respected perhaps for some time, to have it revealed that they had been doing despicable things behind the scenes?
No.
No?
No. No. If we present what we want to. As a celebrity, I'm treated with kid gloves. People put on their best presentation toward me. So I am not a good judge as far as the true character of someone, to be revealed. And I know that.
Who is it you think you see? I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
Finally, and I know you probably get this question a lot, so I kind of apologise in advance for that. Most people know you, particularly in Australia, for your work on Breaking Bad. Do you miss doing the show? And would you ever play Walter White again?
I do miss. I don't really miss playing Walter White, but I miss the cast, and I miss the group of crew that we worked with. And the reason I don't really miss playing Walter White so much is because it was so satisfying. The beginning, middle, and end of the story was so complete.
So no going back.
I don't look to the past too much. Would I go back and play if it was germane to a story? If there was something that was appropriate? Yeah.
So I think it's a maybe.
I consider. I would consider anything. I leave doors open.
Bryan Cranston, thanks very much for
Thanks
joining
very much.
7:30.
Appreciate it. Thank you.